do me a favor.
Who is it?
Say hello to Eddie Murphy, right over there.
In the
Stand up,
audience
Eddie.
tonight?
Yeah, he's right over there. Eddie. Yeah. I haven't seen you in a long, long time.
Really?
Yeah, you look good. You always look like a kid to me. You started when you were, what, about 14? You were on TV doing stuff?
I was 19 when I started Saturday Night.
How old are you now?
I'm 33.
No, you're that old?
I'm 33.
Well, you look great. You look like you're 23.
Well, thank you. How old are you?
I am 47.
And see, you look 29. You know, I watched the show and Joe Pesci was complaining about how cold it really is. You like it really brisk.
You know, that's right. It is chilly in here, but we've warmed it up even since Joe was here. When he was here, it was like 19, 20 degrees. And a chill factor of about 1,000.
Look. Oh, you can't see it, but you can see it in here. That's amazing.
We're waiting for the dog team to bring us medicine, and then we can go home. But do you like the theater? You've not been on the new show.
I love being in the Ed Sullivan Theater. I've never been here, and this is, I thought it was a little bigger, though. I did, because, you know, you watched Ed Sullivan when you're a kid, you know. I thought it was, you know, because where were the Beatles when they were in here?
The Beatles were in that chair right there, right next to you. That's where the Beatles were.
Much bigger when I was a kid.
Did that show mean anything to you as far as, oh, maybe I want to get in the show business? Did you watch the comedians? Did you watch the music acts? Did you?
No, Ed Sullivan I was born in '61, so when I watched Ed Sullivan, I wanted to see Topo Gigio.
No, you didn't. No,
the Beatles was playing. I was like, get to the mouse.
No. Nobody was waiting for Topo Gigio.
I remember kissing goodnight, Eddie. I remember all of that stuff. Absolutely, I remember.
Yeah. Do you remember the first comedian on that show that kind of meant anything to you?
Shecky Green, I think it was. Shecky. I remember catching Shecky and going, that's what I'm going to do.
What do you mean?
What? That was too obscure a reference.
Well, no, I just, see, I don't know whether to believe you or not. You were just joking about Shecky Green.
Is there anything Shecky-ish about me? Not that Shecky's uncool, because my Shecky might be sitting there going, hey, why'd you busting me open?
That's right, exactly.
I love Shecky. I was just trying to make Shecky's a funny name. I want to say Shecky Green because that's a funny name.
Yeah. The last time...
It is a funny name.
Shecky Green.
Shecky Green.
It's a good name for a comedian.
It's a good name for a comedian.
Yeah, I don't know that it's a funny name. It's a good name for a comedian.
Yeah, I never had any early... The only time I had a situation where... I remember the first time I met Rodney Dangerfield. That was in Florida at a comedy. It was the first comedian that I met that was famous. And I was about 17. He came and he bumped me at this club. I was getting ready to go and he said, Dangerfield's here. And I was like, oh no. So he went up, yeah, I get no respect. Killed it, blew the whole place out. Then I had to go up after him and I did my show. I had a good set and I went up after him. I said, so Mr. Dangerfield, what'd you think? He said, yeah, where are you gonna go? Because back then my act was real dirty, dirtier than it was 5 years when I was 17. Whew, forget about it.
Your act was dirtier when you were 17?
Oh, much dirtier, much dirtier. Like the audience would sit there and look. And afterwards, I went up to Dangerfield and said, so what'd you think? And he said, hey, where you gonna go with all of that? And then I saw him again maybe like 7 years later, like after Saturday Night Live and after the movies. No, he might not even remember this, in a bathroom in Caesar's Palace.
Well.
And I'm at the urinal, and Dangerfield walks up and he looks over at me and he just goes, who knew?
What were you like when you were 9 years old? Did you know what you would do? Had the notion crystallized in your head at 9 what you were going to do?
I did a lot of voices, but I didn't know I wanted to one day go into show business. I was just, you know, strange child. My mother used to say, "Who's Eddie? What voice is Eddie's voice?"
Do you remember the voices? What are we talking about?
Just like cartoon voices, you know, all that. I used to do all the cartoon voices.
Yeah. And you started performing. I think you first started doing stand-up comedy when you were like 15 or something.
Yeah.
Now, is that a good idea? Would you want one of your kids to start that early at hanging out in clubs and stuff?
Yeah, I had fun, man. We used to go, I started out at a place, the first place I ever did was a youth center. But the first place I did
love comedy there.
At Roosevelt Youth. I was 15 years old. It was a great show. I had fun that night.
What kind of stuff were you doing at 15?
Just booger jokes and
Yes!
You know, that was my whole act. You ever have boogers in your nose?
Something the audience can relate to.
I found you know how you write the little jokes that you're gonna do for your set, and you write down the jokes you have to do in your show. I found something from when I was like 16 years old, like in the closet, and it was like a dude, an Ali Cosell sketch, and then the thing was like, it said a booger joke, and in parentheses it said a must.
What do you think about? What do you wanna?
Man, I just got this coming in so good.
It'll be back this weekend. Think about it. You want to take it off?
You know, this took a long time to grow.
No, it didn't. Did it? All right, think it over. Think it over. We'll do a commercial. We'll be right back to see if Eddie shaves. All right? You enjoying that? Tasty, isn't it? You're flying now, aren't you, buddy?
See, I see you hit every now and then. See you hit the cigar. I was like, I wonder if you get a little buzz
just
from the cigar.
Just a little something. Just a little, yeah.
Ah, some nasty.
Yeah.
But it looks cool, though.
Yeah, oh, man, you look good. Yes, sir. I like it when, you know, my lower part of my face starts to vibrate just a little bit. What do you think? You going to take it off or not? We got the stuff.
They try to get me a shave by.
Got the mirror. We got the mirror. You're goofy on tobacco, and we got one of these. This will take it right off.
I got it coming in so good.
I'm telling you, Eddie, that can't be more than like an afternoon's growth.
But it makes me look, you know.
You're going to look good again by Sunday. You're going to look just this good. You'll never know what was going on.
It gives me like a, you know,
Here, take it
like
off.
an older.
Come on.
Oh, wait. But you have to know, though.
Huh?
You have to know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That sounds like no. That sounds like no.
Sounds like yes to me. The cigar. Cigar's playing tricks with your ears. There you go. There we go.
See those girls? See a bunch of it's girls up there going no.
Just take something. Take like just right there.
No.
Take that off. All right, just take this much off.
No.
All right, shave your head then. Do something. Here we go. Be careful.
Put the camera back.
Yeah. Like some bizarre video from the airport. Yeah, there we go. I'll come out to the place later and give you some calico. Oh, that looks great. Eddie, that looks great.
Chin hair all over the place.
Oh,
man.
you loved it. Everyone loved it.
Yes!
How do you do that?
Yeah, man.
How do they do that?
Like 5 hours of makeup every day. We had to go through 5 hours of makeup.
Yeah, but it's more than makeup. It's stuff.
It's
They got
like a surgical rubber that they use. It's actually the kind of rubber that they use for people if they have like a colostomy bag or something. They take it and mold it. They mold it into like, and they put it on. They glue it on, and yeah.
Questions? I'm sorry I asked for 100, Alex. But you know, the other thing comes to mind when you're doing that, and you say it takes 4 hours to get into makeup every day to make this film. Why don't you just hire a big tubby guy who looks a little like you?
No, because it was fun to just. I like doing, you know, that other character stuff. That's the most fun I have is when I'm doing that kind of stuff.
And the voice goes perfectly with what you see there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you're quite
you.
welcome. You know, I myself, I can empathize with this because there was a time in my life when I didn't weigh 165, 170. There was a time in my life when I, too, had kind of a weight problem. Roll the videotape. This is me. Look at that.
Tony Randall backstage.
He's nice, isn't he?
Oh, for so many years, I've been wanting to meet Tony Randall.
Very
I love
nice,
Tony
man.
Randall. Yeah, man.
Nice guy. He's expecting a baby.
Yeah, he's 71.
His
first baby.
That's
yeah.
right.
Tony! He was cool. Tony has a little hat on. He was cooling out.
Ready for business.
Yeah, man. Incidentally, the funniest moment this season is when you spray. Did Richard Simmons know you were going to spray him with that thing?
Does he have a clue about anything?
God. That was the funniest. I laughed. 2 drops of pee came out. I laughed.
You know, do you know Richard Simmons? You spent any time with Richard Simmons?
I talked to him on the telephone once. Never hung out with him.
He's well, I've not hung out with him myself.
No,
but
yeah, I can see y'all close. He be coming and throwing his legs back at you and all that stuff.
He's really, really good. He knows exactly what's going on, but a lot of people think I'm really beating up on the guy. But he knows.
No.
He's
no,
so
I
good
totally
at that.
get it, and it's totally
No,
so funny.
he's great.
When you brought the Barbra Streisand doll out, and the takes that he does, where he's like looking shattered. And when he got in the horse buggy and rode off down the street.
That's right.
Oh, 2 drops of pee comes.
Let's.
He has a 2-drop pee guarantee.
All right, Eddie. Now, how did you get into comedy? I'm sure we've had this conversation before, but it's been such a long time since I've seen you.
I was always a kid that did voices and was funny and stuff. And remember when the Gong Show was out?
Yep.
Okay, with the Gong Show, all the bars started having Gong Show night. So I went up to one of these Gong Show nights. That's where I kind of got started.
As a kid, and you said they put you on stage. What did you do when you were on stage?
I did all of Richard Pryor's material.
Well, you can't go wrong there.
But I would say it was a tribute. It's a tribute to Richard.
And how did that go over?
It
I
would
guess
go over great.
Yeah, pretty good.
I would do his voice and everything, and I was like a 15-year-old on stage, you know, doing a spot-on Richard impression.
Right.
It was kind of surreal.
And how did you go from doing that sort of stuff to getting a network variety comedy show?
I went to the audition on Saturday Night Live, and we got the new cast. They had like a cattle call, and I just went in there and auditioned.
Who else was in that group?
Everyone. Remember there was a play where a guy was singing, "Give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball, yeah." Remember back in the 70s? That guy was there at the thing. Everybody was there.
That guy. Well, how's he doing now? Have you heard from him? But now you have. How old are your kids? Like, are your kids going into show business?
I have 8 kids, and my kids range. Yes, I have 8 kids.
Eddie.
I do.
8 kids?
I do.
Well, now I know why you haven't been here in 13 years.
Right. And they go from age 3 to 21, 20.
Oh, Eddie.
I'm the.
Are you all right?
Yeah. He's a very, very fertile man.
I guess.
Very, very dense sperm.
Okay. That's too much. Now, you take them, you can take, like you said, they haven't seen all of them, but
I haven't seen all of them.
You ever taken to like a screening, a movie that's going to open up and just to let
Well,
them...
if I have a movie that I know is, like for the kids, and I'll take my sons or my kids to see, the reaction, and they're very brutally honest. I had a movie once at a movie called Pluto Nash, and I took my son because it was spaceships and stuff. I was like, yeah, you're going to see his robots, and he was sitting there watching Miles. He was probably like, 10, 9. He's sitting there watching. At the end of the movie, after all the explosions and it settles down, you hear his little voice go, "Corny," and I was like, oh my God.
Oh, Miles. Oh, goodness.
And the director was sitting back there, said, "Miles, no." And my lawyer leans over and goes, he's right, it is kind of.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, that keeps you on your toes and keeps you active, certainly, doesn't it?
Well, I know I could get an honest, critique from my kids. They're actually really indifferent to my movies. They don't really watch a lot of my stuff, but the stuff that they do watch, they'll be really honest about it.
Now, what I've noticed with, I only have the one child. So, yeah, it's, I've been using a thinner.
A thinner.
This is from 1983.
Uh-oh.
No,
Hey,
no.
come on, man.
No, we're good. Look at this. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah.
I remember him.
How many of those leather outfits do you have?
I had a bunch of them,
Yeah.
all different types, but not anymore.
Where are they now?
Some of them are in storage, and that one's been ripped apart. Keenan Ivory Wayne's ripped that apart one night on a dare. We went out to the club. I dared him to wear that out to the club, and he ripped it out up in the club one night.
Now, do you were doing a stand-up special for HBO. You haven't done stand-up in a long time now, have you?
No, not since I was 27.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Will you do it again?
Yeah, maybe one day.
It's
We'll see. You don't do stand-up anymore, do you?
I never really did it.
You used to do
I
stand-up.
tried it, but I tell you, it's so much work.
That's
it's a
the
lot
deterrent.
of work.
That's why I haven't been back and done it yet, because you have to go to the club and hang out at the clubs for
That's
a year.
right.
and a half.
You got to write, and it's not easy. Well, for some people, I think it comes pretty easily. For me, it never came easily. Was it easy for you to accumulate material?
Yeah, and the same stuff that would happen that would wind up being on stage still happens. I still, get an idea and just don't go to the club and try it out. I
Right.
still say funny stuff around the house.
The checks are smaller when you say it around the house than when you go out on the road.
A little bit.
Yeah. I don't know if you told this story one time when you were on the old show at NBC. It's a tremendous story. It was your first season at Saturday Night Live, and you, I guess on the way home or during that period of time, you saw something on a car that you liked in a parking lot or something. You know?
No. So I stole some hubcaps.
Yeah, that's it. That's, yeah.
But it's not like what happened was I used to have to take the train into the city. When my first year at SNL, I would take the Long Island Railroad into the city, and when I came, and I would park in Freeport.
Right.
And I had a car with nice hubcaps on. I came back one night, and my hubcaps were gone, and I took somebody else's hubcap. But I was on TV already, and I was still popping hubcaps.
So I didn't realize that your hubcaps had been stolen.
Yeah, somebody
So
stole
then,
mine.
of course, well,
And
now
I was
it makes-
had only been on television for a few months, so technically I still had, 1 foot in the world where you would steal a hubcap.
Yeah. Now, tell us about your role in that world. What else did you do when you were of a mind to swipe hubcaps?
What else did I steal?
Yeah, before you're a TV star.
What else would I? You know what else I would steal? Sunglasses. Those glasses when you go to the store, that round thing you can spin.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have all those horrible cheap glasses.
Yeah.
I would steal those for years. For years I stole those. For years.
Really?
For years. For years I would steal those. No one is watching that display. You could take as many as you want.
You're hosting the Academy Awards next
I am
year.
hosting the Academy.
Look, why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why?
Yeah. How did that come around?
I haven't done it. I want to do some things that I haven't done. You know, I want to try something I haven't.
It ain't all it's cracked up to be.
It isn't. Well, we'll see. I'm not dreading it. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Oh well, that's the approach. You got to look forward to it. Yeah. Do you have anything planned? Anything? No singing and dancing. Oh no, you could sing and
No,
dance.
but I'm not gonna do any singing and dancing. That was the one thing when we first talked about it, the first thing that came out of my mouth is, I'm not doing those crazy dance numbers. We're at the Oscars tonight.
That's exactly what you're going to be doing.
No, I'm not. Here at the Academy Awards.
You were tremendous in that in the Dreamgirls movie. Just tremendous in
Yeah, thank you.
it. You should do that.
I should come out and do a big Dreamgirls
You should do
number.
that and come out and just kill them.
Just do a big
just drop
Dreamgirls
them
number.
dead.
Just come out,
Yeah.
do a split.
Just
and
frighten them.
Yeah.
Let's run down some of them. 48 Hours.
Yeah.
1982. How old were you in 1982?
21.
21 years old, and you're in this movie with Nick Nolte, and it's an enormous film. An enormous film. 1983, Trading Places. Somebody told me that later you put John Landis, the director, in a headlock. Is that true? You choked him out?
Well, We had a little scrap on the set of Coming to America, but that was years ago.
Right.
And now we love each other tremendously.
How long was he out?
I don't know. I don't know if he ever lost consciousness. I mean, like completely. He's just slightly dizzy.
He was dizzy.
Yeah, I just wanted to make him dizzy,
him
but
dizzy
not
a
all the
little
way
bit.
out.
Okay. Harlem Nights. Oh man. Harlem Nights, you, Richard Pryor, Red Fox.
Yeah.
Whoa, man. Did you and Richard get to be friends, close friends, or guys who just knew each other?
Not really, because he's like my idol, so it was kind of like I was always
Yeah.
like this about Richard.
Yeah.
You know? And he was older than I was, so it was always, that was the relationship. He would be there and I'd be like this.
When you were a kid, he was the guy, though?
Absolutely, it's stand-up comedy, but there's so many people that I liked growing up. And
Yeah.
as stand-up comedy, he's the one that, remember that album, That Nigga's Crazy came out. That's when I first heard stand-up and was like, wow, I wanna do what this guy is doing when I first heard that album.
And what about Red Fox? What was your relationship like with him?
Oh, I just thought he was really funny, and I was a fan of the Sanford and Son
Yeah.
show. He was like an old uncle. He'd be sitting in the room telling you old stories. He was really sit around the room funny, Red Fox.
Yeah, he was. I didn't know him well, but in addition to what he did on stage, he was just a funny human being.
Just funny, just naturally funny, one of those guys.
1990, another 48 Hours. Nick Nolte Jr. No, that
Nick
can't
Nolte
be
Jr.
Oh, buddy, 1992, Boomerang, Halle Berry, come on. And Chris Rock. Beverly Hills Cop 3. That's what.
No. Wasn't a very good Beverly Hills Cop.
I think that's the one where John Landis got dizzy. He had,
No.
He had some
That
dizzy
was we
spells.
reconciled on that movie. That was after that movie, after the Coming to America movie. Then we reconciled on the set of Beverly Hills Cop.
The Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I've come to love, and I hope I express this properly. My son started watching the Shrek movies, and thank you very much. And I'll be honest with you, I thought, oh, geez, Shrek, but I started watching it, and Donkey is tremendous.
Oh, you hadn't watched it?
Just tremendous. No.
That's funny.
You've been at it for a long time, and you met a lot of people. You met everybody. But do you like hanging around with show business people? Do you like famous
every
people?
now and you get to meet somebody really. Like the last week, Sly Stone from Sly and the Family Stone was at my house twice last week.
Really?
Sly Stone and George Clinton in my house. It's surreal.
Well, now, had you known them from somewhere before?
No, I'd never met them. I know a singer named Val Young who sings with Sly, and she introduced me to Sly. And I love getting to meet people like that.
Is he still making music?
Yeah, he's still making music and stuff. Back on Saturday Night Live, I used to get to meet really cool people that you would never. I got to meet people I got to hang out with the Johnny Cash.
Wow.
After
Johnny, Eddie, you gonna come to the after party tonight, Eddie? June and I sure do love you.
actually heard that. It's good. Johnny Cash and it's just a lot of cool old people in the old days. I met Jerry Lewis and I met Yul Brynner.
Really? Had he been on? He wasn't
No,
on
I
the
met
show.
him at Studio 54 when I was like 19.
Yul Brynner's at Studio 54.
Yeah, and he was having a party after. He was, Eddie, would you like to come to my house to party? It's surreal.
And
That's surreal 3 times.
did you go to the party?
No, I didn't. He was like 6. That was like 19. I was like, I ain't going to an old man's party. That's
Yeah. And you're, I just turned 63, and you're about to turn 50. Is
I
that right?
just turned 49. I'll be 50 next year.
Oh, so you got a ways to go.
Yeah, it's creeping up though.
Yeah, but you still look like a kid to me. Has your life changed because of your age or not?
Oh, it's changed drastically. because
Really?
of my age, yeah. Yeah, a lot of things is different, especially like being single this age now. Because when I used to go out in the old days, I was the cool dude in the club with my glasses on in the corner. And you can't do that when you're 49, you got your glasses on in the corner, you look kind of creepy. It's like... A lot's changed.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm going for. You know, I'm.
You're going for creepy?
Yeah, I'm going for creepy. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. But the kids have. I mean, you don't really go to discos and sit around.
I haven't been to the discotheque in quite a while. But occasionally, you know, a group of people will go out to the club. You go out to the club together and you have fun. The last time I went to the discotheque, a girl called me Mr. Murphy. She was trying to get past. She was like, "Excuse me, Mr. Murphy." You know, but, it's time to go home.
I mean, it's nice that you have attained that position of respect. On the other hand, it is time to go home.
It's time to go home.
It's time to go home.